So you may be wondering, what in the world is this if you've never heard of it before. I don't know how popular this thing is. All I know is my grandmother made this, my great grandmother made this, her mother's probably made it and everything. So this is essentially an egg and olive sandwich. That is what we called it, and I'm just making it here now. So it's basically just you hard-boiled eggs, you chop them up into a bunch of bits, you add mayonnaise and olives, and that's pretty much it for the most part. It's pretty much it. Now I add a little bit of extra stuff. There's like some pepper in there. I don't add any salt. There's no need because of the olives are salty enough as it is. And I did mention, like, eggs make me like so tired and everything. Hard-boiled eggs don't. It's only like fried eggs that seem to do that, which is what's weird. But yeah, no need for any salt. We have that in there. I got it on the bread to make the sandwich. I have some ghost pepper chips, some black garlic, some pickles on the side, some kimchi there, some kombucha, and then an avocado. So yeah, I'm going to be eating this here. Now I always get, as we have mentioned before, the pasture-raised eggs. And unfortunately, I can't really. Actually, not only are they pasture raised, they're pasture raised and organic as well. So they're quite costly. But the mayonnaise, I have never been able to find a pasture raised like egg mayonnaise. I just can't find that. I can find cage-free eggs and that sort of stuff, but it's not. There's really no point in that because it doesn't really mean anything. So yeah. So why don't we give this a try now? Because, I contemplated making this, like, there's, like, several types of recipes, like, my family, has made and everything. And I've, made my own version of it, or to some degree, or just made something similar to it. This one, I never actually made, like, a vegan version, back, when I was still vegan, which wasn't long ago. But, yeah, it's interesting because I guess the only way you could make a vegan version of this is if you use like tofu as like the egg whites or something along those lines. I don't know. It really wouldn't. It's similar. If you use like a silky tofu, basically the texture is like the same as egg whites for the most part, and it's pure protein. And it's interesting because egg whites, that's what I identified as what makes me extremely tired. It's the egg whites that make me extremely tired. Not when they're hard boiled for some reason, but when they're like fried up, oh my gosh, I'm literally like dead. I'm literally like dead. But anyway, so yeah, that's interesting. For the yolk, you would not be able to replace that. For a vegan version, there would not be anything because that's literally pure cholesterol. There's no cholesterol on a plant-based diet. You can add turmeric to give it some of the color, I guess. Mayonnaise, that can, you can very easily find vegan mayonnaises, olives as well. So when we give this a try before it, like the bread like breaks apart on me here, as it kind of is doing. So it's interesting that this is just the way that I remember. Just the way I remember when I was younger. It's always so fascinating when you can, make those meals like your mother or grandmother or great grandmother made. My great grandmother, she was, she really helped me, I guess. It's interesting, like she made a lot of foods. A lot of like homemade foods, but I wasn't really interested in cooking then. But now that I'm cooking now, I kind of see how I can, I was influenced by her quite a bit. And it's interesting because one of the other main meals that she would make. Well, it's just one of the side things. She would get a potato and she would make her own French fries, and she would slice them really thin. Really thin French fries. We're talking, my pinky finger was like four fries. Like literally, if you splice this into fours, long ways, That was like the size. It was like literally, if you look at a pencil, it was even smaller than a pencil. So I don't even know what to compare it to, because it was so tiny. Okay, look. About this. I mean, this is how small the fries were. Maybe slightly smaller, actually, slightly smaller. It was just so interesting. It was just so interesting. She would make them up. She would fry them up, and all the vegetable oil and all that bad, really bad, unhealthy stuff. And you would eat that with like a hot dog on like a toasted bun and everything. It was like the most unhealthy meal ever. But back when you're younger, you just love that. It's like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Yeah. So, yeah, that's just one of the meals that I remember her making quite a bit. So I've made it myself, and it's pretty much the same. So that is all. You take care, everyone, and I guess to finish this off, I should have some of this kombucha. Oh my gosh! One kombucha. There we go. Alright, guys, let's have some of this Delicious, delicious cum. Don't use that out of context, right? So this is the Health Aid kombucha passion fruit flavor. I don't drink the whole thing because this is literally 15 grams of sugar for the entire thing. I'm gonna probably drink maybe like a third of it. Now this is kombucha. This is, probiotic. So that's, I think what you need for the probiotic. You need some of the sugar for the cum. So anyway, let's get off that subject matter now. You all take care, have a great one, and I'll catch you later. Bye bye.